Okay, so session 2, we now move on to types of still. And you can see a picture on the screen here. This is what we call a pot still. A pot still is also known as copper still, a pot still, and why copper still? Because as you can see, it is made with copper, which is an excellent heat, a metal which retains heat very well, an excellent conductor of heat. That's why it's made of copper and often also called copper still. Um, Pot stills were the original old types of stills that were used around the world when distillation started back in 7,000 years ago. They were originally sometimes made of earthen pots as well, and obviously transitioned to metal and copper in the later parts when humanity realized that the temperature is too high for earthen pots to stay intact, the temperature of the still, because you keep boiling the liquid. So what happens in a pot still? Um, we have a couple of containers in pot still. One of the containers is the one where you put the fermented liquid for boiling. So as you put the fermented liquid for boiling and the temperature of that particular container rises, and we described in the last slide, as soon as the temperature reaches about 78, 79 degrees, the vapor, the alcohol starts evaporating and the vapor goes up. And as the vapor goes up, it sort of stays in a bowl kind of a thing, which is another container. And this is where all the vapors are collected. Once this is full, it is moved through uh, an apparatus of pipes to another container which is called a condenser. And condenser, what does it do? It makes sure that all these vapors are condensed, chilled back, brought down to the temperature and converted back into liquid form, which is alcohol. So that's very simple. It can be very small. Pot stills can be very small, just like the one that is in the picture here, or they can be just huge, humongous. If you you're talking about larger quantities, as big as houses, really. But this one, the one that is in the picture, is quite small and it's very easy to understand. You put a fire underneath, you put the liquid in top, then you boil it, you move the vapors to one place, and then finally move to the condenser where the liquids are condensed and converted back into alcohol. And this is the pure alcohol that you need to make spirits. It's a batch distillation, which means only one batch can undergo at one point of time. You cannot have multiple batches. So it's one particular batch that undergoes this distillation, and that one particular batch can only be in there at one point of time. World's best spirits are generally made by pot stills. You're talking about cognacs. You're talking about single malt Scotch whiskies. In fact, all Scotch whiskies undergo pot still. You're talking about some very, very high-end gins and rums. So pot stills, traditional method, high quality of spirits. Also referred to copper still, as I said. Second kind of still is continuous still, or patent still, or coffee still. It was invented by a gentleman named as Annius Coffey back in the 19th century, and it changed the face of distillation completely. And as the name suggests, it's called continuous still, which means there can be many batches going on at the same time. That's why it's called fractional distillation as well, instead of batch distillation. So you can have a lot many batches in this going simultaneously. So some batches can be at different levels of distillation. So fractional distillation, contrary to pot still can only have one batch of distillation undergoing at one point of time. Continuous still, patent still, or coffee still, as it's called, can have fractional distillation. It works on a process of analyzer and rectifier, wherein the liquid comes in and it gets rectified. Column stills are like series of single pot stills allowing simultaneous batches being produced at the same time. So you can see this is huge, long, and this is actually very small for a coffee still, this picture. But coffee stills can be really huge, depending on the production, what the rate of production is, what the quantity of production is. So they work in a way as in various single pot stills are working at one point of time, but all in different stages. So that's what the coffee still is. But this is a great product for things which need mass production, okay, which you need to produce a lot of. Maybe not as high a quality as you need it to be, but when you're talking about huge production process, when you're talking about large factories producing many liters of spirits distilling at the same time, you need to have patent still, this particular still, because pot still will not let you do simultaneous batches at the same time. Vodka, gin, rums, tequilas, and certain other spirits. Obviously, vodkas, gins, the colorless and clear. So they are produced through patent still. A very useful product, and it has completely changed the face of distillation and the spirit industry in the last many years, in the last century, as a matter of fact, and it keeps on increasing at the same time. There are certain stills now which have a combination of both pot and patent, and there are certain spirits which now undergo a little bit of pot and then a little bit of patent. So that is also the case that happens sometimes.